everyone, welcome to our channel Learn and Inspire. I am Hariram, mathematics teacher. In this video, we shall discuss a new topic of class 10 mathematics chapter 2, which we have never discussed in the previous classes, and you cannot find the easiest chapter than this. This chapter is very easy, simple and interesting too, and the chapter is sets. In this chapter, we discuss about introduction of sets. In the second topic, so we discuss representation of sets. And the third one is types of sets. So these are the three topics we discuss in this chapter. Okay, so before starting this, so this set, name of this set is proposed by George Cantor, and this George Cantor is the father of a set theory. So he is a father of set theory. Okay, so he was born in Russia, and he died in German. So he named as a German mathematician. Okay, he named as a German mathematician. So he was born in Russia and died in German. So he named as a German mathematician. He is the father of a set theory. Okay, now coming to the introduction of a set. So what is a set? Set is nothing but a well-defined collection of distinct objects. Okay, well-defined. So set is nothing but well-defined collection of objects. Well-defined collection of objects is called a set. Simple definition. So well-defined is nothing but suppose a set of natural numbers. So natural numbers are nothing but well defined. Okay, set of even numbers are well defined. Okay, so now generally these sets are always represented by capital letters. Okay, so these sets are always represented by capital letters. Okay, so always capital letters like A, B, C, D, so on. So always set is represented by the capital letter only. Okay, and the sets, the objects which belongs in a set. Okay, so here you can see well-defined collection of objects, and these objects to the set, objects belonging to the set, so we call it as a elements. The objects belonging to the sets are called elements, and these elements are denoted by small case letters like A, B, C, so on. Okay, so these objects belonging to a set are called elements. Objects belonging to this set are called elements, and these elements are represented with small case letters. So let us see one example. First example, so a set is always represented with capital letter, is equals to, so open braces, and I write 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Okay, so we can see A is equals to set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, so on are natural numbers, which is a well defined. Okay, so we take a second example. B is equals to A, E, I, O, U. So set B is equals to A, E, I, O, U. So you can see this A, E, I, O, U are vowels which are nothing but well defined. Okay, and this A, E, I, O, U are nothing but elements. They are objects, and these objects we call it as elements, and all these elements are represented with the small case letters. Okay, so this is a definition about a set. Next, so here we have two symbols So we use to represent. So what are those two symbols? So one is belongs, another one is does not belongs, and this symbol we read it as belongs to, and this symbol we use does not belongs. Okay, so two symbols we use, belongs to and does not belongs to. So these symbols we use in the exercise part. You'll come to know how can we use these symbols, or else we can take one example. So one example, I take a is equals to 1 2 3 4. In this example, set a is equals to 1 2 3 4. So in this set a we have 4 elements. The elements are 1 2 3 4. That means 1 is an element in a set A. That means 1 belongs to set A. That means 1 is an element in set A, so it belongs to A. So in the same way, 2 is an element in set A, so it belongs to set A. Next, 3 is an element in set A, so it belongs to set A. 4 is also an element in set A, so it belongs to set A. So these are the 4 elements which belongs to set A. Now if I take 5 is a set of an element in A? No, it is not an element in set A. So we can say that 5 does not belongs to set A. So understood how to represent this symbol belongs and does not belongs? So 1 2 3 4 are the elements in set A. So we can say that 1 belongs to set A, 2 belongs to set A, 3 belongs to set A, and also 4 belongs to set A. But 5 is not an element in set A. So we can say that 5 does not belongs to set A. So these are the two types of symbols, belongs to and does not belongs to. Okay, so next one, representation of sets. Next topic is representation of sets. So sets can be represented in two methods. Okay, sets can be represented in two methods. The first method is roster method or roster form. So the first representation of set is roster form. So in this form, all the elements which can be separated with the commas. Okay, in this form, all the elements can be written by separating with the commas. So for example, you can take one example. A is equals to set of elements A, E, I, O, U. So in this form, we can see all the elements are separated with the commas. So this type of method we call it as a roster form. All the elements which are separated with the commas is called a roster form. So we take another example. B is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, so on. So all the elements separated with commas. So we say that elements separated with the commas is represented as roster form. Okay, so this is the first representation of set, and the second one is set builder form. So what is this set builder form? So in this form we use the characteristic property. So we use the characteristic property. What is that property? For example, if I take, so this B is equals to 1 2 3 4. So this is one example. So from this we have to represent in a set builder form. So how can we represent by taking this example as a set builder form? Set builder form is nothing but we use the characteristic property. Okay, now set B is equals to, so we can write this as a property x such that x is a natural number and x is less than 6. So this is the property. So this is the property we are using, that is x such that x is a natural number and x less than 6. So from the above set B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from this we can write a set builder form x such that x is a natural number and x less than 6. Okay. So x is nothing but 1. 1 such that 1 is a natural number and 1 is less than 6. Does it satisfy? Yes. Now if I take 2 such that 2 is a natural number and 2 less than 6. Does it satisfy? Yes. And the third one, 3 such that 3 is a natural number and 3 less than 6. Yes. Next one, 4 such that 4 is a natural number and 4 less than 6. Next one, 5 such that 5 is a natural number and 5 less than 6. Understood this property? So set builder form is nothing but we use the characteristic property. So we use a characteristic property. Okay. So which is represented as a set builder form. So let me take one more example. Set C is equals to x such that x is a prime number. So this is one example, x such that x is a prime number. So here we are stating a characteristic property. Understood? So these are the two types of representation of sets. One is a roster form. Roster form is nothing but elements which are separated with commas. And the second type of representation of set is set builder form. Set builder form is nothing but to represent it in a characteristic property. Okay, so we use the characteristic property from the elements of a set. So from the elements of set we can represent this by using the property. Okay, next we will discuss about types of sets. The next topic is types of sets. So we have a different types of sets. So let us discuss one by one. The first one is empty set. So what is this empty set called? Empty set is nothing but a set which does not contain any elements. Okay, so empty set is nothing but which does not contain any elements. Any elements in a set is called empty set, and we have another name, that is a null set, or we call it as a void set. So these are the three names. Okay, so three names are same: empty set, null set, or void set. So empty set is nothing but which does not contain any elements. No elements in a set. Simple definition: no elements in a set is called a empty set. And this empty set is denoted by, so it is denoted by the symbol, phi. So this is a symbol we use for empty set, or that is empty set, no elements in a set. So only brackets, and inside the brackets there are no elements, so we call it as a empty set. So this is the first type of set, empty set, which does not contain any elements, or we can say that no elements in a set is called a empty set. And the symbol we use a phi, or no elements in a set, only curly brackets. Okay, second one is subset. So what is this subset? If every element of second set is also an element in first set. Okay, every element of second set is also an element of a first set. So understood this definition? Every element, that means all the elements of second set is also an element of a first set, is called a subset. So here we have a symbol. So we use the symbol for subset is, the symbol we use for subset is this one. Okay, so and this from this statement, from this definition, we can write every element of second set. Second set I take as a B, okay, and which is a subset of a first set I take as A, that is B is subset of A. That means every element of set B is also an element in set A. So this is the definition for subset. So let us take one example. Set A is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and set B is equals to 1, 2, 3. So from this we can say that B is subset of A. Why? Because so set A, elements of set A are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and set B elements are 1, 2, 3. That means all the elements of set B, all the elements of set B are also in a set A. So from this you can say that B is subset of A. All the elements 1, 2, 3 are the elements also in a set B, set A. That we can see in set A there are 1, 2, 3 elements. So then we can say that B is subset to A. Okay, so this is the second one. And the third type of set is very important one, union of sets. This is the third one. Next one is union of sets. So union of sets are nothing but which consists of all the elements of set A and B. So A and B are two sets. So in that sets, the elements which consists of A and B, or we can say that combining all the elements in set A and set B without repeating. Okay, combining all the elements in set A and set B without repeating. So let us take one example. Set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8. And union of sets is denoted by the symbol U. So this is the symbol we use for union of a set. Now set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and set B is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we have to write A union B. So what is the definition of A union B? Combining all the elements of set A and set B without repeating. So without repeating the elements, we have to combine 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 and 4 already we have written, so we should not repeat it again. And what are the remaining elements? 6, 8. Okay, so say A union B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. So the elements which are not repeated, and we have combined all the elements from set A and set B. Okay, so let us see one more example. Set A is equals to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. B is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have to find A union B. So A union B is nothing but so combining all the elements in set A and set B without repeating. Okay, so here no elements are repeated, so we have to combine all the elements. 1, so we write in ascending order, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have combined all the elements and the elements which are not repeated. Okay, na? So we represent this as A union B. So this is the third type of set, and this type of set is important. So next fourth type of set. Next one, intersection of sets. So intersection of sets are nothing but common elements in first set and second set. Okay, so common elements in first set and second set are called intersection of sets. So that means common elements in set A and set B. Okay, common elements in set A and set B are called intersection of sets. So we take one example. Set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the elements from set A, and set B is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So these are the elements from set B. Now what are the common elements in set A and set B? So 2 and 4 are the elements in set A and 2 and 4 are the elements in set B. Okay, so and the symbol we use to represent intersection of set is reverse U. Okay, reverse U is represented as a intersection of sets. So this is the symbol we use for intersection of a set. Now we have to find intersection of sets from the given two sets. A is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, B is equals to 2 4 6 8 10. So what are the common elements from set A and set B? So A intersection B is equals to, so in first set we have two elements 2 and 4, and also in the second set we have 2 and 4. So these are the two elements which are common in first set and second set. So 2 comma 4 are the common elements in first set and second set. Okay, so intersection of sets is nothing but common elements in set A and set B. So example for set A, intersection of set is A is equals to 1 2 3 4 5, B is equals to 2 4 6 8 10. Common elements in first and second set 2 4 2 4. So A intersection B is 2 comma 4. So this is a fourth type of set. Now let us see the fifth type, that is disjoint set. So what are these disjoint sets? So intersection of sets are nothing but common elements in set A and set B. So disjoint sets are nothing but no common elements in set A and set B. Okay, understood? So common elements in set A and set B are called the intersection of sets. No common elements in set A and set B are called disjoint sets. Okay, don't be confused. So intersection of sets are common elements in set A and set B. So whereas disjoint sets are nothing but no common elements in set A and set B. Okay, so let us see one example. Set A is equals to, so we write 1 2 3 4. Set B is equals to 5 6 7 8. So can you identify any common elements in first set and second set? So there are no common elements in first set and second set. So such type of sets we called as a disjoint sets. Okay, so very simple definition, no common elements in set A and set B are called a disjoint sets. So this is the fifth type of a set. So next, sixth one, difference of sets. So as we know, difference is nothing but minus. Okay, so what is this difference of set? Difference of sets is nothing but the set of elements which belongs to A but not belongs to B. Okay, so which belongs to first set but not belongs to second set. Okay, now the elements which belongs to set A. So I take as set A but not belongs to set B. So the elements which belongs to set A but not belongs to set B, and difference of sets is denoted by, it is denoted by the symbol, it is denoted by the symbol A minus B. So it is represented as A minus B. So minus is the symbol we use for difference of sets. So let us see one example based on this difference of set. Set A is equals to 1 2 3 4 5. Set B is equals to 4 5 6 7. A minus B. So what is A minus B? A minus B nothing but difference of set. Difference of set is elements which belongs to set A, but not belongs to set B. So in set A, so what are not the elements in set B? So 4 and 5 are the elements in set A and set B. But which are not the elements in set A? Sorry, set B. 1 2 3 are not the elements in set B. So you can see which belongs to set A but not belongs to set B. That means 1 2 3 are the elements which are not present in set B. A minus B is equals to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 are the elements not present in set B. So we can say that difference of sets. So difference of set is nothing but the elements which belongs to set A but not belongs to set B. So 1, 2, 3 elements which are in set A but not in set B. So it is represented as a difference of sets. So this is the sixth type of set. Next type of set is equal sets. So what are equal sets? Next type of set is equal sets. So what are equal sets? If every element in A belongs to B and every element in B belongs to A, that means the elements in A belongs to set B, that means the elements which are in set A are also in set B. The elements which are in set B are also in set A, that means all the elements are in set A and set B. Then we can say that they are equal sets. So we can write every element in A, set A, belongs to set B. That means all the elements of set A are also in set B, and we can write every element in B belongs to A. Okay, if every element in A belongs to B and every element in B belongs to A, then they are called equal sets. So let us see one example. A is equals to, so I write A, B, C, D. Set B is equals to B, C, A, D. So from this example we can say that they are equal sets. Why? Because so in set A, so we have 4 elements, so they are A, B, C, D. Okay, that means so we have 4 elements. In set B, the elements are B, C, A, D. So from these two we can see every element in A, so all the elements in set A are also in set B, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Okay, and every element in B belongs to A, that means every element of set B are also in set A, B, C, A, D, B, C, A, D. Okay, so from this we can say, so these two sets are equal set. So we take one more example. A is equals to 1, 3, 5, 7. Set B is equals to 3, 7, 1, 5. So 3, 7, 1, 5. So can we say that these two are equal sets or not? Yes, these two are equal sets. Why? Because in set A we have 4 elements and they are 1, 3, 5, 7. That means all the elements of set A belongs to set B, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. And elements of set B belongs to set A, that means 3, 5, 1, 5, 3, 7, 1, 5 are the elements in set A, 3, 5, 1, 7, 3, 7, 1, 5. Okay, all the elements of set A are also in set B. So then we can say that they are equal sets. Okay, so next type of set is finite set. So what is this finite set? Finite set is nothing but the number of elements which we can easily count in a given set. Okay, so the number of elements which we can easily count are called a finite set. So we can count the number of elements in a set, so we can identify how many number of elements are there in a given set. Okay, such type of sets we call it as a finite sets. So number of elements which we can easily count, number of elements which we can easily count in a given set. Okay, so in a given set we can count the number of elements easily. So we write one example. Set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many number of elements are there in a given set? So here we have 4 elements, so which we can easily count how many number of elements are present in a set A. So there are 4 elements, so which are nothing but finite set, because we can easily count the number of elements. So another example, A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, so on 10. Okay, now so from this example we can identify a number of elements. How many number of elements are there, ma? Yes, 10. So there are 10 elements in a given set, so we can say that it is a finite set. Okay, so this is another type of set. Next one, infinite set. So opposite word to finite set is infinite. So definition for finite set is number of elements which can easily count, whereas infinite, which we cannot count the number of elements. Okay, which we cannot count the number of elements in a given set, so we call it as a infinite set. So we cannot count number of elements which we cannot count in a given set. Okay, so which we can count, we call it as finite set. Which we cannot count, we call it as a infinite set. So example, A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. Okay, so there is no end point, so we call it as a infinite set. So we cannot count the number of elements, so it is infinite, so we cannot count the number of elements, so which we call it as a infinite set. So another example, set B is equals to 1, 3, 5, 7, so on. So 1, 3, 5, 7 are odd numbers, so we cannot count the number of elements in a given set. Set C is equals to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on. So even numbers which we cannot count the number of elements. So there are infinite number of elements, so we cannot count how many number of elements are present in the given set. Such type of set we call it as a infinite set. So these are the types of sets. So we have 9 types of sets, and based on these type of sets, so we discuss all the exercise problems. So the exercise problems we'll see in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching.